Hey guys, it's Nicole, and today I want to do a video that I've technically done before, but I have now graduated college from my online school that I was doing it through, and so I just kind of wanted to discuss like my overall experience all the way through like the very end, like with my capstone, how that really went. Again, of kind of what I said before, but just from a senior's perspective now that I've graduated. So the degree that I ended up getting was a bachelor's in business administration and BBA, but I had a specialization in marketing. So if I was at a regular school, I would have graduated this May that's upcoming. So I'm not like super far ahead of where I should have been, even though it's fast tracked. I took breaks because my school doesn't have breaks really built in, and that kind of set me back. If I didn't, I would have graduated in December, but like 2 extra months, it was worth it. Like, I needed breaks in between. But the school that I went through was called American Intercontinental University, AIU. They're based out of Chicago, but they have actual campuses in Atlanta and Houston, Texas, I believe. But they are kind of known, I guess, for their online. It's a lot of older people that use their school. It's for people who maybe are coming back from the military, who just weren't able to go to school for some reason and they want to get a degree later in life, people who have kids, people who need a full-time job, because one of the reasons the school doesn't really have breaks, like I got a week for Christmas, a week for Thanksgiving, so I didn't have a summer break. It didn't really have breaks because it was kind of made for people that were used to working year-round, and it kind of went with that schedule. You know, they didn't need a summer break. They were working all summer. Taking a break wouldn't benefit them because they just wanted to get their degree done as soon as they could. So that was one thing that didn't work for me. So that's why once a year you're allowed to take a whole like break, like a section off. I don't know. The classes were 5 weeks long, so you were allowed to take 5 weeks off. And so I did that in October of 2017 and then July of 2018. So that switched me to graduate February 19th. So I literally just graduated. I'm kind of like, oh, now what do I do? You know, it's kind of like stressful. So one reason that I picked the online school that I did is because it didn't require you to go in anywhere and like take tests, because some of them you still have to go, you know, take big like finals and stuff. You have to like go to a facility. I picked it because they had the major I wanted. I really looked into it. I really liked their format and how it just like worked, and it worked out really well for me. One reason that this online school was great for me is because you don't take tests. You have little quizzes, but the quizzes you can like retake over and over again until like get a better grade. So in this school, the main way that you're graded is papers, and I have always been an amazing writer. So good. I mean, not to like toot my own horn, but like I've always loved writing. I've always been good at it, and not that I enjoy writing papers, but I'd rather write a paper than study for a test. Most of my papers at this school I got an A, got hundreds to be honest. So that was good for me personally because I was learning through having to understand the material enough to write a paper about it. In my papers I'd have to compare companies and, you know, compare their company, like my capstone, which is something that I want to discuss. So the capstone was, your capstone is like everything in your major put into one class. One paper I did week 3, and then my big final paper was week 5, and I had to compare companies. I had to pick a company and compare it to one of their competitors or whatever, and ended up being like a 20-something page paper or whatever. I honestly thought it was going to be like a harder paper. I mean, like that paper, like I guess it was kind of like longer. I've had just as long for other classes, like just for a regular assignment. I kind of wanted it to be a bigger assignment, you know, because I was like, this is my capstone, you know. I was like really excited, and I loved the topic. I wrote about Amazon and another company that I compared it to. I thought it was going to be like longer. All in all, I really do like this school, and if you're looking into doing online college, I would definitely figure out what your most important like criteria that the school should have is. Like for me, I didn't want to have to go in, and I wanted my major, and that was about it. I was really flexible on everything else. I didn't care if I had tests. I honestly expected I was gonna have tests online, and it was just nice that I didn't. But yeah, so I mean, I don't really know what else to touch on. Yeah, I would recommend online college. I liked it. Like I said, do I regret not going to regular college? Yes, but at the same, and I've said this so many times to people and to myself, do I miss regular college, and do I wish I stayed at the school I went to my freshman year? Yes. But I know myself, and I know that if I said, okay, I'm gonna give it another year, I would have hated myself. And I know that either way, I'm not ever gonna be fully happy with my decision. If you want to do online college in general, I do recommend it for having flexibility. That was the biggest thing for me, and that's not the reason I did it, but it has made my life so much better because I have been a traveling fiend these past 2 years. I traveled so much. Those 5 weeks that I took off because I was on trips and I didn't want to deal with doing homework. Now for other trips, I had to do homework and I had to make sure it was turning in papers at 11:59 the night before a concert, you know, and I was out of town. I was in DC. Like, you know, like I had some long nights. If you're looking into doing online college or online school in general, I guess this would also apply for high school, I would really weigh it out. Do not take the decision lightly because you are literally leaving public school or like private college or, you know, whatever you're in. You're leaving people. Did I get kind of lonely? No, I didn't, because I have a lot of friends that like don't live here, so that's why I was traveling to see them, but that's again not the point. But I started thinking about online college halfway through my second semester of freshman year or so, probably around like spring break-ish, and I did not make the decision for sure until August. So that was probably March, April, May, June, July. It's like 5.5 months. I sat on that. I cried. I tried to figure it out. I didn't know because it's just something you can't just jump on, your impulse. It's just, that's like a life-changing decision that you really got to think through. But for me, it worked out. I loved the school I went to. Anyways, so I graduated with a 3.72 and my degree is coming in the mail in 6 weeks. There are a lot of schools out there. Mine's pretty great, but there might be a better one for you that might work better for you. So you should really research all of them. My mom and I really looked into a lot of them. And like I said before, we didn't take the situation lightly, and it worked out for me, and I'm living my best life, and I have my degree now, so I can go get a job. This video's all over the place. Let me show you my grad cap that I made. This little piggy went to the, no, she didn't go to the, she got her marketing degree. I thought I was clever. Never seen this done before. My mind. But thank you for watching and stay tuned for more, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell for notifs, you know, all that stuff. Thanks. Okay, and goodbye.
Are you still there? To delete this message, what are you talking about?